everybody, and welcome to SiteStaff Chat News on the SSC Network. I'm Goldie Singer.
And I'm Robert Bills. Our lead story focuses on the senior living industry and the advancements in technologies that are improving it. We're coming to you from the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, and today we have our special guest. She's a two-time best-selling author and senior living expert, Joy Laverde.
Moving into a senior living community is very difficult for most people. It's all about how they feel, and that starts when they visit your website. Hands down, if they don't feel welcome, when are they ever going to feel welcome? SiteStaff Chat welcomes them with open arms as soon as they visit your website. It's an early entry. You know, it's no different than when they walk into your beautiful community and they're greeted at the reception desk. Well, this is a virtual reception desk. Same thing. It's all about trust. That's what SiteStaff Chat brings to the table. I'm talking about 24/7 support. Imagine a boomer or an adult child can't sleep. It's 2 a.m. They get on the website and instantly they get their hands held. SiteStaff Chat has people who are waiting for their calls so that they can learn more about your community. They work with your partners, they work with your community, they work with your staff. They know your community inside and out. You know, residents decide to move into your community the moment they walk in the door. Well, SiteStaff Chat is a way that they walk in the door, only it's virtual. But then, how do they feel when they come to your website? With a live chat, they feel welcomed. They feel like they're going home. SiteStaff Chat just makes sense for senior living. People come to your website. They don't know what to expect. SiteStaff Chat becomes a true partner. They learn all about your culture. They work with your staff, they're trained, and by the time people come to your website, they know exactly what to say because you have taught them well. What it all comes down to is we're all here to help. We know that people are living alone. We know that boomers are aging solo and looking for somewhere to be welcomed. That's what it's all about. SiteStaff Chat is an entry into being truly helpful.
Thank you, Joy. And now to our senior care level expert, Ellen Belk. Ellen is one of the premier dementia experts in the industry and has helped build some of the largest names in senior care, including Atria, Brookdale, Elegance, and Milestone.
We know professionally that between 80 to 85% of all elders that finally move into a senior living environment, they're coming under duress. They're not coming because they woke up one day with this grand plan to move into senior housing. We'd love to think that that's what it is, but that's not what it is. They've fallen in their home. There's a crisis that's happened. There's dementia that went undetected far too long. There's underlying comorbidities. They're coming directly to us from rehab, and they may never see their actual home again. It's under duress. And so often what's happening, we know, because I've been on the receiving ends of these phone calls. I've been the person screening calls, or it got directed to me. And there's a frantic daughter who lives in another state that got the call from the rehab saying, we're discharging your mom in 48 hours. Where is she going? Because she's not safe enough to go home. So these decisions are being made far too often in our industry where it's like the clock is working against you, time is of the essence, you're panicked. Anything we can do as senior living operators to shorten the cycle, we need to not look at them as a head in a bed. These are human beings that we're privileged to serve. And when you look at your business that way, you want to do anything you can, like add human beings onto the computer background, into the infrastructure of your website, so that when these frantic moments happen, there is a calm, voice that knows your business in the middle of the night, possibly, that can answer questions in real time. That, if nothing else, just knowing that there is another human being who can cut through the clutter of the websites. Again, you think I'm going to want to scroll through every page when I'm frantic and I have hours to make these decisions? It is nice to have a human being kind of pop up in my world and start to be that conduit to connect me to your community.
Thank you, Ellen. Now we take you to the tech room with special tech correspondent Mark Cheruby.
Thanks, Rob. The senior living industry is lacking and very behind in the times in terms of technology. And that can be very easy because technology is an ever-changing world. And if you're not up with the times, it's very easy to fall behind. What are you currently using at your communities when it comes to tech? We typically see some sort of a CRM, emails, a phone system. What we do is we allow for an additional call to action on the site, and it's super simple. We create a snippet of code, we send it over to your webmaster. All they have to do is paste it on the footer or the header of the website, and it's up and live and running. It's important to always understand that technology does not always have to be very complicated. We seamlessly integrate with all of your CRMs. So all of your lead sources get dumped into one platform. During the conversation, we have the ability to connect the website visitor whom we're chatting with directly with a sales director at your community, obviously if it's during business hours or at any time that you prefer. We have built out a very proprietary software on the back ends that our wonderful team of chat hosts all across the United States have access to be able to know who they're chatting with and on what website they're chatting for. Why that's important is because the knowledge bases that we build out for each website will automatically populate alongside of the chat so that our chat hosts know how to answer all the questions, how in depth to go, really have that meaningful conversation. On the user side, it's very simple. They click a button on the bottom that's very customizable for every single client, and they're chatting with a live human immediately in real time. Lastly, I wanted to add the importance of our analytics and the different data reporting that we provide for all of our clients. It allows for them to really understand the effectiveness of the services that not only we're providing, but all the other lead sources that they might have as well, so that they can see where can we be better and what are we doing well in to be able to really make sure that we're maximizing all of the hard-earned dollars that they're investing in their marketing and in their technology already.
Some great information. Thank you, Mark.
Looks like we have some breaking news. We're going to go right to Caleb Cornell, our man on the streets.
Thanks, Rob. I am here on location with Shane Brown, the Executive Director for Atria Englewood. SiteStaff Chat has generated a 300% increase in tours from year to year and a 220% increase in move-ins for the year of 2021. Shane, what do you think about SiteStaff Chat?
SiteStaff rocks.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Back to you, Rob.
Thank you, Caleb. We'll continue to follow that story as things develop.
And now to Jen Mimano, an engagement liaison and the epitome of why we do what we do.
I'm a mom of 3 boys, and baseball is a big part of our lives. And I was at the baseball field, and a girlfriend of mine worked for SiteStaff. And she said, well, we need somebody to do this chatting if you want to do it. And I said, okay. And so I was able to join the team. And at the time, my boys were little, so I could work at home, I could be there for my family, I could be there for work and SiteStaff provided that balance of work and family that I couldn't find anywhere else. And 9-10 years later, my kids are in college playing baseball. The SiteStaff was there for me to transform that whole way. So it's been ideal. My name's Jen Manmano, and I've been with SiteStaff for over 9 years, going on 10 years, and I am the chat host manager. Started off as a chat host and loved it, never left, and brought lots of people on board to join in the fun, and now I am the manager over the team. People are a bit hesitant about different types of medical procedures and med spa procedures. They know there's something about themselves that they're not happy with or they would like to see differently, but they're just not sure what that next step can be. And by chatting with us, it's almost an invisible introduction to that world. And we can help answer questions and ease their concerns and just present different ideas to them in a way that a face-to-face conversation might be a little bit more intimidating, but when they're in the chat, it's just a lot easier to express their concerns and give us the opportunity to address them. We really make a big difference in people's lives. We help them with big decisions that they have to make. We help guide them through just difficult times in their lives and joyous ones as well. It's been very fulfilling and I love it.
Yes, thank you, Jen. And for our final segment, we are joined by Bill Jennings. He is the CEO and founder of SiteStaff Chat. He's going to express why he started the company and what values we bring to the clients we serve.
People don't buy the way that they used to. Instead of people visiting physical locations and trying to find out about a product or service, it's just easier for them these days to go into their home office, jump on their computers, and research online. So basically what's happened is a company's website has become their new front door. When the buying process changed, we created a solution to meet that change. Most companies, all companies that I know of, will have somebody meeting and greeting at the front door of their physical location. It just makes sense. The same thing happens when they enter the same business, but through the new front door, which would be the website. If the value of the visitor that's visiting the website is the same value as the visitor that visited the physical location, then the visitor that visits that website deserves the same appreciation. So that's what we do. Is we meet and greet people that enter a website when they're at their highest level of interest. And that's the way it should be. That's why people are met when they walk through the front door of a regular office. The customers of our clients are making highly emotional decisions, and we don't just chat. What we do is we engage, we find common ground, and it needs to be a live person that can not only understand where they're coming from, but empathize where they're coming from. And that's the difference between chat, which is what a lot of companies do, and for a lot of companies that might be good enough. For the markets that we deal with, it's not good enough. It's a very emotional time, and the people that you're engaging with need a certain amount of empathy. And it's empathy that they're not going to get chatting with a Coke machine. What makes SiteStaff different than other companies is because we understand that culture and top-line revenue are the two most important ingredients or components in business, then that's what we focus on when we deal with our clients. SiteStaff dives into our customers' culture. We go through great lengths to understand their culture because we understand we're going to be representing them on their website. When people come in, we're the first people they're going to see. If you own a business that provides a service that has an emotional component tied to the decision-making process, you deserve a company like ours. Your clients deserve a company like ours, and that's why probably you deserve SiteStaff.
Some incredible words. Thank you, Bill.
Yes, thank you, Bill. And that's it for us. From all of us at SSC Network, thank you, and stay classy, Senior Housing News.
Woo!
Cut! Action!
I'm so excited for the conference this year, and I really think we should do something a little different. Maybe interview some people in the industry.
Who do you have in mind?
We just made that connection with Ellen Belk.
Correct.
I think she would be amazing. She's well known in the industry.
Well, I think that her values definitely align with ours, and I know that she likes us. I think that we need to come up with a short list of some others as well.
We got in contact with Joy Laverde. I know she's really.
She would be.
Yeah,
She's a giant in the industry.
She's definitely one of the moguls. I think she'd be wonderful in terms of helping us out with kind of what it is that we're trying to accomplish.
People are kind of getting, I think, stale towards the usual conference setup, and
Especially over Zoom.
Yeah, if we could spice it up a little, just make it fun.
I agree. Just set us apart.
I agree. Absolutely. I mean, they're gonna see multiple presentations that day, and if we can do anything to set ourselves apart, I think it's the right avenue to go.
Anything that can that we can do that can entertain, along with
get their
educate as well. But
that's what we
I think the entertainment piece is what is missing, especially in senior living right now.
We should definitely touch on the new technologies we're developing, as well as some of the results that our value brings to the clients that we serve. So, looking at some of the results that we've attained over the last decade, and in through 2021, what's next? What can we expect going into the future? I know we all have ideas about increasing revenues and building the business and volume with some of the new technologies that we're bringing on board, and I only see those numbers getting bigger and better.
Yep, our proprietary technology that has been developed and that is still being developed is going to put us there.
Growth is always one of the most important things, and complacency is the biggest enemy of growth. So I think we also need to make sure to let everyone know that growing is, should be the main priority,
Yeah, the educational piece too. What makes us different? What do we call the SiteStaff Chat difference? What does that mean? It can be difficult kind of differentiating, but they think people always have a stigma, live chat's all the same, or all chats are the same. We have so many differences, and I think it's important to educate them on why these little but really important differences, we'll take them next level. So
yeah, and it gets down to our own values of the company, and one of the biggest statements we look at it every day is every word matters, and so it really makes a difference to educate them in the fact that every engagement, every word matters, and especially in their industry, it's so important to create that human engagement and connection as fast as possible.
Well, we have to show them if they're moving away from an empathetic approach and a human touch, that they're moving in the wrong direction. But we can't tell them. We have to show them. And that's where we have to use our technology and get our voice and really, get out and be proactive in such a manner in 2022. We're going to have to do that in a big way.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm excited.
let's get it.
All right, let's go, team.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team.
Cut!
Brookdale, Elegancy, and Milestone. We're gonna have to redo that.
Elegancy?
Senior care level expert, Ellen Belk. I moved my chair.
Extreme close-up. I love the camera. Bring it on. Coming to you from Denver, Colorado, our first boom!
Yeah, make me look like I'm real busy, you know what I mean? Like I'm just so busy right now, I can't talk to nobody. I was just kind of rambling. We could take some parts of that.
So that was a little rough, but yes. Has generated a 300% increase in tours. Damn.
I have food in my teeth. I'm definitely not nervous, I'm just fat.
Definitely not nervous.
I have a beautiful face. Like I said, I have to be filmed from here up. Like I so hope you got that on camera.